Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Kate's Creative Space. I'm Kate, and in today's video, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I thought it would be fun to talk about something that I've been talking about a little bit lately and thinking about a lot lately. And I've come up with some tips and tricks to help. So today we are talking about 5 ways to prevent diamond painting burnout. So let's get started. Okay, so I've been thinking about this topic quite a bit lately because in the last 6 months since I have started a YouTube channel, I have found that I have really changed up the way that I diamond paint. And I was talking to my husband actually the other day, and he mentioned to me, he said, you know, you kind of have you used to have a lot of different hobbies, but diamond painting seems to be the one that's really stuck. And I was trying, he didn't mean anything by it, but he was just saying like he's proud of me for finding a hobby that I've really started to enjoy long term. I've been diamond painting 2.5 years now, and I have found that most other hobbies I have done have not lasted this long. So I was thinking about why diamond painting seems to have stuck, and besides the fact that I just really enjoy diamond painting as a hobby and find it really satisfying and fulfilling, I have found a couple of ways to prevent me from feeling burnout when diamond painting. So I wrote them all down and I thought maybe we could talk about them together. So number one is a way to prevent diamond painting is to alternate diamond painting. So whether you have like 20 whips, or a whip, by the way, is called a work in progress. So whether you have 20 of them or 2 of them or whatever, I have found for about 2 years, I diamond painted one project at a time. I diamond painted that entire project, start to finish, found another project and started it. And it worked really well for me to work on one whip at a time. And if it works well for you and you only have one whip at a time, by all means, don't change the way that you're doing things. These are suggestions to do if you find yourself feeling burnt out on diamond painting. And that's what kind of happened to me. I did for 2 years. I would work on a whip, finish it, be really excited to pick my next whip, start it, and repeat. And that worked really well for me until last year. I started a project for my son called True Pals. I'll put the picture of the canvas up right here. And I worked on it for him because he is a Mickey Mouse lover. He is 3 years old and absolutely adores Mickey Mouse. And so I was finishing this project to hang up in his room. And the background color of this canvas took me out a little bit. That cream colored, high color blocking background really started to wear on me. And it took me less than a week to be like, I need to figure out how to solve this problem or I'm really going to burn out on diamond painting altogether. So my solution at that time was to start a second diamond painting. And that was the first time I had ever had more than one whip at a time. I kind of prided myself on being like, I do one, I finish it, and I'm done with it. And I totally think if that method works for you, which I still find myself doing that now, I will find like a project that I really love and I just work on that project all the way through. I did that just this past December. I found one that I really loved. And I was like, no, I'm going to just work on it while I love it. That totally works too. But to have a solution in the back of your mind would be to say, okay, if this one I'm not finding enjoyment out of, I'm getting burnt out on, I really just want to get through, but I don't want to leave the project. I don't want to abandon it. Alternating between 2 diamond paintings is a really good solution. So I worked on True Pals, which I just showed you, and then I worked on this kit here, which is from Oraloa, called Visit Hawaii, and it was the perfect kit to counterbalance True Pals with, because True Pals had that light color blocking background, and then Visit Hawaii had a ton of darker, more tropical colors. Visit Hawaii was a round drill kit, whereas True Pals was a square drill kit. And I just had a lot of fun bouncing back and forth between. So what I did was I would do one full row of one canvas, finish that row, and then I would move to the next canvas and do one full row, and I would rotate them. And I really enjoyed that. It was my little reward for finishing a section or a row on True Pals, was to bounce back and get to work on Visit Hawaii and move back to the rounds. So doing that method saved me from a big diamond painting burnout when it came to that kit. And I finished both kits around the same time. And my son loves his Mickey Mouse kit. And I feel really good that I got the project done. It was not the kind of project I was willing to not finish. So I was really proud of myself for finding a way to make that happen. So whether you find yourself really getting bored often, like, oh, I can never diamond paint because those projects are too big and I would get burned out, then have more than one whip. I watched YouTube creators who have 10 to 20 whips, 30, 40, 50 whips. Whatever works for you to keep you interested and keep you coming back to it, as long as you can have the storage for them in your house and enjoy it and don't mind having unfinished projects, I think that having multiple whips is a perfect solution to avoid burnout. Okay, tip number 2 for avoiding diamond painting burnout is to find ways to switch things up. And in this scenario, what I'm talking about is I sometimes find little ways with every diamond painting that I do to keep things interesting. If you are a creature of habit and you don't want to change the way that you do things, that's totally fine. Once again, if you're not feeling burnout, it shouldn't be a problem to continue your habits of how you diamond paint. But I have found that I do a couple of little things every single time I diamond paint that I actually really, really enjoy. I enjoy mixing it up, and that is surprising coming from a person who is a complete creature of habit. I have my routines and my habits and I stick to them, but I have found that these couple of things that I do really, really help me to feel like every project is its own little thing and feel excited about it. So the number one thing that I do every single time to switch it up is I start usually in a different place or go a different direction when I diamond paint. I like to pick areas of my diamond painting that are a little more color blocking or a little more boring and work my way up to the fun part of the diamond painting to give myself a reward at the end of the diamond painting. The other thing I do is I save one section for last. That's usually the focal point of the diamond painting. So someone's face or the main thing or a really cute big giant cake, or most of the time, if it's a portrait, it's the person's face. I save that section for last, and it gives me something really to look forward to, my reward at the end of the diamond painting, and I've always enjoyed doing that. But when I say that I alternate the way I do things, sometimes I go vertically bottom left to top right, sometimes I go horizontal bottom left to top right. With my next canvas that I'm going to start, I think I'm going to do top and work my way down, which is a little bit different. So I just kind of have fun looking at each canvas uniquely and saying, how do I want to approach this canvas that will maybe be a little bit different? I don't do it with the intent of making it different. I do it with the intent of how do I make this project the most fun for me, which is to get the least exciting sections done first and work my way to the more exciting sections. Now, if you work, I always work bottom left to top right, and that's how I enjoy it. That's totally great. And if it's working for you, I think you should do what's working for you. Once again, these tips are for things if you find that diamond painting is not working for you anymore. Another thing that I do to mix things up, this is something I just started on this canvas that I'm doing now. So I'm currently working on a project called Yule. I'll put the picture up right here. And that canvas is an older kit since I am refreshing my stash. My diamond painting stash. It's an older kit that doesn't have the perforated cover. So I'm doing something different with this kit that I've never done before. I pulled the whole cover off and I put release papers on it. So this is my first time using release papers, and I decided a way to make it fun is I'm letting my daughter pick every section of the canvas, and I'm letting her pick each release paper that I'm going to pull up and work on, and she's getting joy out of it. I'm finding joy in it. She's mixing up she's making me diamond paint in an order that I would never diamond paint in, because in this scenario, I'm not going by rows anymore. I'm not going by sections. It's a little bit more chaotic, which is pushing me out of my comfort zone, but it's also giving me joy. I enjoy asking her after every section, which one am I going to work on next? I enjoy how excited she's getting about picking the sections for me. And if you don't have an energetic 7-year-old to pick your sections for you, you could also number all of them and pick a random number generator to generate the number for you, or put stickers on them and kind of just decide that way. Or there's all kinds of different ways that you can kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone to pick different sections and kind of go out of order. And in this scenario, it's been really fun. It's different than any way I would ever diamond paint, but something different also can just refresh things and make you feel a little bit renewed about the hobby altogether. So I think other things that you can do is you can try a different storage container than the one you're normally doing, or try a different media source when you are diamond painting. I always used to watch TV when I diamond painted because I'm the kind of person that watches the same show over and over again. So to me, it doesn't matter if what I'm watching on TV I don't like pay fully attention to, because you're diamond painting, so you're not fully paying attention to the screen. But recently I've kind of discovered audiobooks, and that has been making diamond painting a little more exciting to me, being able to listen to something new that I haven't seen 100 times. But since it's an audiobook, I can diamond paint. There's nothing for me to need to turn my head up and watch. Or I've discovered watching other people live, either gaming or diamond painting. So that's kind of made it a little bit more fun to have something new to look forward to while I'm diamond painting. My mom listens to music, and I never in my head would have been like, oh, I can't just listen to music while I diamond paint. Like, I have to be doing something. But listening to music is doing something, and there's all kinds of worlds out there where you can listen to different types of music or switch up whatever media source you are consuming while you diamond paint. So that might also help pull you out of a diamond painting slump. Okay, tip number 3 might be out of some people's comfort zone, but it is one that I am going to say. If you are burnt out on diamond painting and not enjoying the painting you're working on, whether you're switching it, every time you come back to it, you're just miserable, put the canvas on hold. And this is coming from someone who has no intention of ever not finishing a kit. But if it is really, truly not bringing joy to you, abandon the project. And if you have to be like me and say, no, I'm going to come back to it, you can put it on hold. I don't like having whips just hanging out in the abyss and saying like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that. I don't like having 3 or 4 or 5 whips. I like to stick to my 2. And sometimes if I get crazy, I have done 3. But other than that, I like to stick to 2 whips. So you can put it on hold though. And that is okay. So my mom was working on Cupcake Bakery, and it had very high confetti count. It's a really, really intricate piece. I'll put that one up here too. And she was enjoying it, but she kind of found herself getting in a slump. And my mom does not do multiple whips. She works on one project at a time. And it was getting to be Christmas time, and she told me, I'm kind of bummed because I'm not going to be able to work on a Christmas canvas this year because Cupcake Bakery is taking me way too long to finish. And I said, stick it under your bed and just put it on hold and work on Christmas stuff, and you come back to it next year. And I was really glad that she took that advice and she put it away and she pulled out her Christmas kit, and I saw her find joy in diamond painting again, because I think you get in this mindset of like, no, I have to finish it. You don't though, especially if you're like most diamond painters who have a very extensive collection. It is okay to set a project aside, especially if you're not enjoying it. There are some kits that are a little bit lower quality. If you're really suffering that much through it and you have other resources to have other diamond paintings, it's okay to set it aside. And I'm not saying throw it in the trash. You don't have to. I'm saying put it aside until you find a better time or a better mindset that you're in to work on it. Especially if you're feeling like you're in a big slump, and if your slump is at the point where you're thinking of abandoning the hobby altogether, then you may as well take a break on it, because if you abandon the hobby altogether, you're still not going to get it done. So you may as well take a break on it and say, hey, I'm going to come back to this when I'm at a better mindset, or when I've worked on something a little more exciting, or if I find a good project that I can alternate with it, or for whatever you want to come back to. So that is another tip. You don't have to take that advice, but it has worked for me. I have worked on a kit in the past. I started it in 2024. And I started it in November. At that point, I didn't have a ton of diamond paintings. I was working on that kit. And then I bought my first Christmas diamond painting. And I was like, oh, I really want to work on my Christmas diamond painting. And I set the other kit aside and I worked on the Christmas diamond painting. And I enjoyed every single second of doing that. And I did not regret it at all. Now, my goal for this year is to pull that kit back out and work on it and finish it up. So it's going to be, it's whenever you're ready to come back to the project, it will be there for you. Okay, tip number 4 is to only focus on one section at a time. Now, I know I've been saying a lot of things about finding multiple whips and doing a lot of alternating and things like that, but I've seen a couple people online talk about how they got their first Diamond Art Club kit. And Diamond Art Club kits are relatively large compared to, or any premium diamond painting kit. I'm going to say, you know, an Orlo, a Dreamer Designs, a Jaded Gem Shop, a Muni Made, any kit that you get that is outside of like the Amazon ones that you get, or even the Temu ones that you could get, or Make Market from Michael's, you pretty much go up in size, right? So I've seen a couple people say like, I don't know, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't even know where to start, and looking at a huge diamond painting, just I can't even do it, and so I shut down and I don't diamond paint at all. My suggestion on that is to focus on one section at a time, because whether your kit is 30 centimeters or 300 centimeters, you're gonna finish it eventually. If you focus on one small section at a time, instead of looking at the whole piece as a whole, I feel like it seems a lot more manageable. It seems so much more maintainable. So that would be my advice if you're getting overwhelmed just by seeing a canvas altogether. My advice would be approach it one chunk at a time and see how it goes from there. Even if that means covering up the rest of it, once again, release paper would be your friend in this scenario, especially if you could get some cute release paper that's printed. Cover it up so you physically don't see the other sections, so they're not there to overwhelm you, and work on it one square at a time. And you'll be amazed at how fast those single squares build into a picture. And then once you start seeing the picture build, I feel like you'll get a lot more motivated, if that makes sense. Okay, my last goal, my last tip, I would say. Tip number 5, make plans and goals, but don't let those plans and goals force you in a corner. And so what I mean by that is it's the beginning of a new year, and I, just like a lot of other people, created diamond painting goals, diamond painting bingo sheets, projects and year-long things that I want to do with my diamond painting. And I love being that kind of person who has goals. I feel like I function really well with a plan. I function really well with a goal that I want to accomplish. And so I have created all these goals for myself. But the thing that I think everybody who creates goals should remember is, if you are at the point where you are forcing yourself to do something so that you can check off a goal and not having fun with the hobby anymore, you should maybe pause the goal, or say it's okay to not achieve every goal. And what I mean by that is saying, like, if I say my goal for this year is to complete 10 older kits out of my stash, because like I said, I'm working on the Refresh Your Stash challenge. And so it is a challenge. I'm working on older kits. I don't have any huge big plans to work on newer kits. I'm gonna probably reward myself, sprinkle a few in throughout the year so I don't get burnt out. But it is a challenge to work on the older kits. So if at any point I find myself on kit 6 or 7 and I'm just like miserable, like this isn't fun, I don't want to work on this project, I don't want to do this, I'll revise the goal. I'll either lower it so that I'm not feeling so burnt out, or break it up and say I'm going to finish these 10 kits over 2 years, or you can change the goal without failing the goal, right? So if at any point I get to a place where I'm like, this is not enjoyable to me and I'd rather not diamond paint than work on another older kit, then that would be a place where I would say I really need to change this goal for myself. I think that goals are really good and they're really motivating, but you have to make sure that you're not torturing yourself to achieve them, and you're making sure that you keep the goals kind of realistic, and you make sure that you're having fun while doing it. At the end of the day, diamond painting is a hobby, and it is supposed to bring joy and relieve stress. And if you have found yourself in a place where you've set unattainable goals, it's not going to be fun anymore. Like, oh, my goal is to get through 100 kits this year and I'm blitzing through them so fast I'm not even taking a minute to enjoy the process. Then that's not a goal that you should really be trying to aim to achieve. So I feel like in my case, like this month I have 2 projects going and I'm really enjoying them. And I counted up my sections and I realized, okay, if I do 2 sections a day, I can get both these kits done in the end of January. And when I figured that out, I was really, really excited. And I still am. Every day I'm like really excited when I finish my 2 sections. Oh, I'm still on track to finish these kits by the end of January. I'm doing a really great job, and I feel really good about it. Now it's January 7th. If on January 17th or 27th, I find myself in a place where I'm like, I have to get my 2 sections done, and I wanted to go on a date with my husband, or I wanted to play games, or I didn't want to diamond paint tonight. Now I have to force myself to do. Like, no, goals are there to help encourage you and motivate you. But if you're at a point where you're miserable about it, you should find a way to revise the goal. At that point, I would say, no, I'm going to take a few days and say, if I do 1 section a day for the rest of these 2 kids' lifespans, I'll be done at the first week of February, or whatever way to alternate the goal or revise it a little bit so that I am still enjoying the hobby. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. Okay, so those are my 5 tips for avoiding diamond painting burnout. We'll go over them one more time just quickly. Alternate between 2 different kits. Find ways to switch up what you're doing to bring new and exciting things to the craft. Put the canvas on hold. Only focus on 1 section at a time. And number 5, make goals and plans, but don't box yourself into a corner with them. So let me know down in the comments below if you have any different tips to help avoid diamond painting burnout. I'd love to hear all of them. And I think that this is the kind of thing, there's probably not 5 hard and fast rules. There's probably 50 different things you can do. And as much as I have ideas that I love to share with people, I also really love to hear what everybody else's ideas are as well. So if you have a tip or a trick that keeps you excited about diamond painting and keeps you coming back to it, please, please, please let me know down in the comments below, because I think we could all benefit from reading the comments and seeing how we keep our love for this craft alive. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more diamond painting videos similar to this one, but also the style was a little bit out of my comfort zone. Normally, I'm a little bit more behind the camera, showing you my whips and showing you my diamond paintings and talking about those things, but at the end of the day, all the videos I make are about diamond paintings. If you want to see more videos like that, definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel and join me on this diamond painting journey that I'm on. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.